Right. I want to talk about how the Democrats are attacking the family and how they have constructed an ideology that literally makes people overreact with basic facts of life, and also end with some statements about how Trump gives me some hope with some of the things he has said about education. But I want to say that there have been several reactions of Democrats, and some of them haven't handled Trump's victory particularly well. But one of the worst ones, I think, has to do with people literally telling their family and other people to break off ties with their families. Because I remember some months ago, we were having a segment here, and I was saying people that whether Republicans or Democrats, family is family.
Yeah.
And some people didn't agree with me. I think the world owes this man an apology. And I think I'm right, essentially, because I think it's a good level of civilization and a good level of health if we don't break off ties with family over politics.
Well, the question is your political ideology more important than your relationship with your father?
Exactly. Yeah,
The answer is no.
Not just father. It's just
I know, but
it's just all members of family. Because I have stories that about people fighting in different camps. For instance, in the Greek Civil War, but they put family first and they helped their brothers and sisters. So I think that this inspires me. Right. So we had several reactions. We had the meltdowns. We had the white dudes for Harris. They're about to assume the position. Right. We had utter delusional takes. A woman says here Kamala's loss is to be blamed on white women, and says black women should never trust white women again.
That's true. Every demographic apart from black women went for Trump.
Right.
Oh no, but black men as well, sorry.
Yeah,
but Trump gained in all of the demographics.
We have some worrying trends, because I think most of the meltdowns were completely staged. They were staged. They didn't seem particularly sincere to me. It's like
attention seeking.
Yeah, it's attention seeking. But we also have some more corrosive forms of attention seeking and some worse trends. So, for instance, we have here a new TikTok trend instructs women on how to miscarry their babies, talking about the milligrams of vitamin every 2. Yeah,
Could you be more evil?
No, it's hard to imagine.
Could you be more... Well.
Yeah, we have a person here, Bill Madden, saying essentially if you have Republican family and they ask help from you, don't help them. Let me play what he says.
We can't hear that, unfortunately.
We can't hear that. He says essentially that if your friends and family voted Republican and they need help in any way, you should basically not help them and tell them to...
I mean, this is just literally the communist revolution, isn't it? Where, okay, now it's brother against brother, it's children against parents, it's, like the radicalized students hunting their teachers.
Just so we're all on the same page.
Yeah, we have someone else here, Rick Taylor, saying, my aunt called asking about Thanksgiving plans. During the conversation, she mentioned she voted for Trump. I told her my home is not open to traitors and I would not go to theirs. I have no space in my life for those who couldn't care less about the United States. She's upset.
Former Democratic candidate for US Senate from Ohio.
One, what an idiot douchebag. Two, even Stelios, whose first language isn't even English, could see that it's supposed to be couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Well, this is an American.
I know, not could care less. Could care less.
The Americans say could care less
I know,
for some reason.
which is incorrect.
It's like they don't say hold the fort, they say hold the fort down as if the fort's going to fly away. Like, it's just Americanisms.
But I mean, I remember Stefan Molyneux quite a few years ago, got in a little bit of trouble. I remember when the one time he was on Joe Rogan asked about it. Stefan Molyneux had said, you do need to cut people out, assuming you're an adult, you need to cut people out of your life, including your own parents if need be, if they're sort of truly toxic. Yeah. If they're actually holding you back, holding you down, if they're preventing, they're ruining your life, you might have to cut them out at least temporarily.
Yeah, if you've got like Eminem's mum, maybe.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
They'd have to be really.
Or the other ones who chain their children in houses. Yeah.
So the point is, I actually agree that in very, very extreme cases, you might have to cut out a member of your family, but only in extreme cases, over whether you voted Trump or not. over whether you believe in the Hunter laptop or not. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is the breakdown of a civil society.
Exactly. That's where the segment will go, because what I want to say is that there's a whole establishment that uses education to destroy the family by habituating children into judging basic things as being the horrible things you mentioned, and meriting breaking off with ties with your family.
The things they value are ideological conformity rather than your personal relationships. And I think that's the complete opposite of actually what a healthy life is.
We have another bad reaction here. The psychotic liberal chick kicked her MAGA husband out, and now she's saying she'll sleep with his friends. She advocated
Not sure why no one understands how I feel. You guys know that my husband turned Republican this term. I don't know why. I threw his ass out of the house. And I have to do more. I don't want to shave my head because that's going to hurt him. I'm going to look ugly. So I'm not doing that. I think I'm going to sleep with his friends. I think that's the only way. I think sleeping with his friends will do. What do you guys think? His liberal friends, of course.
So one, it's fake. Two, even if it's not, it's just what a
she's just
screwball.
She's just attention farming. I assume she gets paid.
But even
by
if it's
Twitter.
true, even if there are some women out there that actually think this or did this, they've lost all perspective. Yeah. People lose perspective on life, don't they? It's
the media
easily
has
done.
been telling them that Nazis have literally taken over America. So,
but that is a huge issue, because if this is, assuming this is fake, this is on TikTok, and there are thousands of fake videos on TikTok that are literally habituating their audience into thinking that they may be true. So maybe she does this for engagement, maybe she does it for audience, for clicks and for likes, but there are a lot of young women, let's say, who look at this and they say, well, she may have a point.
Take it at face value.
maybe.
I've always thought it's a douchebag move. Yeah. Like occasionally, well, not occasionally, but often I'll even put a sarcastic tweet, but it's kind of clear. Okay, but it's very, very clear that I'm being sarcastic. When you do something where it's so deadpan that no one's really sure, I always think that's a lame thing. Like Michael Malice or whatever. It's like, wait, are you joking or not? I don't even know anymore.
Michael Malice is definitely joking. I like Michael Malice.
Anyway, it's just weird. It's just, I just think, just be clear about what you're actually saying, even if you're being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Anyway, just me.
Right, so we have other women cutting their hair short, claiming that they are going through the breakup with a family because they voted Trump.
Yeah, they'll come back. You know, I'm actually totally dad about this. I'm like, you go ahead, sweetheart. You know, I'll see you in a week once you've calmed down.
This is a
decision.
Alex Jones has a compilations of insane leftists shaving their heads. I think Trump is the Phantom Bob of Washington.
It's funny, I've not heard that before.
They're cutting their hair.
Yeah, good.
Protest.
Good. Yeah. And in a year's time, when things aren't terrible and you're not getting Gestapo'd into a death camp or something, you're going to be like, why did I do that? And you're going to feel really stupid.
I think it's funny that having a shaved head is the equivalent of like one of the most extreme things you can do, like a true identity crisis. Like when you join a boot camp in the army, in order to sort of dehumanize you, they'll shave your head. Yeah. Obviously, the way I am. But I had skinheads when I was a kid, before male pattern baldness kicked in. Yeah. I had a skinhead. And so the idea that if you shave your head, it's sort of some ultimate sacrifice. Well, to me, it's just not...
For women, it's actually different, I think.
I know it is.
I know. A lot is in their hair.
I know.
But women obsess about their hair. You know, a woman's beauty is often... I mean, as soon as you remove the hair, they're not beautiful anymore. So it's all contained in the package. I mean, look at it. Oh.
But it's also like when you do shave your head, you realise very quickly, oh, I'm still exactly the same person, actually. Oh.
Yeah, but when you see yourself in the mirror, like I've shaved my head before, and I've always had like a lot of hair.
You can get a wig.
Like, yeah, but it is weird to look at yourself.
To begin with.
Yeah.
It's like growing a beard or having a beard for ages and then shaving it off. Very quickly you get used to it.
Sure.
Right. I mean, well, anyway.
Right. So now I'm just incredibly frustrated, and the fact that Trump has won hasn't made me less frustrated when I listen to leftists. I must say this.
Really? I'm upset. I'm kind of like, you've lost. Like this.
No, I want to see results, not the promises of results.
Yeah, wait till January. Wait till January.
It's
just hold the foot down till January. Sorry,
Americans, we're gonna have to discuss this another time. But no, I'm actually quite good at it because, like, Trump literally controls everything, and they control nothing now, and all they can do is howl impotently and futilely into the wind, just like, yeah, I'm so angry. It's like, yeah, no one cares, loser, shut up.
I hope you're right. I have my reservations.
We're getting news through this morning. It looks like the Republicans have won the House.
Yeah, they've won the House.
So,
yeah,
so that's it.
Right. So here we have Yale psychiatrist Amanda Calhoun, a medical doctor and medical health expert, advises MSNBC viewers to break off ties with the family and to
break off ties
not
with my
see
cat.
them on holidays. So what is interesting is that why would someone be called a mental health expert if she incentivizes people to break off with their families?
Okay, I've got an answer to this.
Yeah?
Yeah, okay. I think at this point I'm an expert on leftist ideology.
Yeah.
I'm a complete expert on it. But I am also a complete opponent of that. You know, I can give you a comprehensive genealogy of leftism. I can tell you who the most important things are and what it is they think and why all these things are terrible. And I think she's the same thing for mental health. She's the opposite. She's like, no, mental health is terrible. What you need to do, break ties with your family members, get obsessed, watch MSNBC all day, every day, and your mental health will be like mine.
Yeah, it's like
Destroyed.
taking psychopaths, manipulative psychopaths, and put them as experts in psychology so they can learn how to manipulate people and tell them break ties with your family, which is one of the worst kinds of advice you can give people for their mental health, assuming they're not absolute monsters. And what she wants to say is that if they voted Republican, they are monsters. That's exactly what she says.
Yeah.
These are the Yale psychiatrists, doctors, and the experts within quotation marks of DEI.
I think this is one of those things where reality gets in the way. Yeah. No matter what they want, it's the vast majority of people are just not going to buy that. Yeah. Just not going to do it. Yeah. But it goes back a long way. I mean, you look at someone like Susan Sontag, for example, sprung to mind. Just the idea of breaking out, just a 60s, 70s ultra-leftist, ultra-feminist type, that like one of the big problems with the world is the family and stuff like that. And that there's no such thing as consensual sex even within a marriage. Just the most craziest, the craziest stuff.
Yeah, this is stuff that if you say, if anyone says, the only proper response is this is at best suspicious. It's just
at the very best. The best I can do for you is that I'm highly suspicious.
But if you say, if you're suspicious, you're called out a bigot.
You know, I
just accept all this suspicious activity and intention. I don't.
I'm totally not at the point where I'm going to treat them as a moral equal, right? Or an intellectual in any form of equality. I view these people as just teenage girls who are having a strop.
Yes.
And who are like, I hate you, Dad. I'm moving out. I'm shaving my head. Okay, good luck, sweetheart, and I'll see you in 2 weeks when you've calmed down. You know, like that. They're just having a big hissy fit, and really, I think we should just be like, don't care.
I mean, it depends who you're talking about. If you're talking about
the
expert,
Joy Reid, and
people like that should lose their job. But if,
obviously,
if we're talking about young kids, leaving home for 2 weeks is dangerous.
Sure, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about grown women, and I think that we do ourselves a disservice when we treat them as worthy of respect when they're behaving in this kind of way. I don't think.
But when a toddler throws a tantrum because you won't let it drink bleach,
yeah,
you let it throw a tantrum then.
Yeah, exactly.
Just,
shave your head.
We have other people saying that they are disowning their family for voting for Trump.
Yeah, go and get your Handmaid's Tale outfit. See if I care. Yeah. Like, I'm just totally get your Handmaid's Tale outfit.
You will learn to love them. You will learn to love.
Walk in a procession down the street. Shave your head. I don't care.
Get it out your system.
Yeah, exactly. Get it out. Exactly. You know.
Right. Anyway, we have other leftists saying essentially that people who are laughing with the meltdowns and the deranged reactions, they are just not validating their experience. There's nothing to validate, but also there is nothing to monstrous in not validating, stupidity. But that is the issue, and I think that this is exactly what has happened, is that the Democrats and all the progressives within quotation marks, because I actually think that these are entirely regressive policies, they are using education to attack the family. because the family is a basic social unit. Without a family, there's no society, because the bonds that people have within the family are bonds that they are going to sort of emulate to a lesser degree when it comes to neighborhood and the nation, because you could see that the different groups and different societies can be seen as extended families. There's a reason why people are using the family as a model for how to understand group membership.
And this has been official leftist doctrine since Marx and Engels.
Yeah, and so what they want to do is that in the name of empowerment, they want to create psychologically weak people. Psychologically weak people who literally can't accept basic facts of life. That sometimes you lose. And it's very telling that their sole reaction is essentially a cry for help. If you're powerful, if you have been empowered, you're not engaging in silly reactions that are just crying for help and say, look at poor me, and just pity me and do the job for me. This is exactly what they are doing. They're, in the name of empowerment, they're creating psychologically very weak people. And this is essentially psychological destruction. Only people who want to manipulate others are doing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wanted to say that Trump had, there's a link here with Trump. He made some really good pronouncements here. And for people who haven't watched it, he is announcing some reforms in education. And he is saying essentially that education is full of Marxists and CRT advocates. And this will change with him. Now, I hope it does.
I made a petition about this in 2015. Got 8,000 signatures. I guess Trump saw it. So yeah, good point. Get rid of the communists in university.
Yeah. Socrates said that democracy is only as good as the education system that the grown-ups were brought up in.
Yeah. I think essentially it's a system of decision making. You need a lot of people to make good decisions. So if you have lots of people who are attacking the demos, like the Hollywood celebrities and all the Kamala Harris campaign has done, and also if you are demonizing dialogue, pro-democracy, you're against your demos.
Yes,
that's what they are.
Education is absolutely key, because without it, you're left with. Well, Socrates said you wouldn't just elect the most charismatic person to sail a ship through a storm. You'd pick the guy that's a pilot. You pick someone who's a worthy seaman, right? So why do we pick our statesmen out of the best demagogues? That's not a good thing to do.
Exactly, and that's why I think in republics are a bit better in situations of emergency like that, because, for instance, you could say that, for instance, the ancient Romans, they had more of an emphasis on consuls in times of war. So,
they were also the generals.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm saying that in some cases, we shouldn't. The dialogue needs to stop at some point, and people need to make decisions and actually engage in defending themselves. And I want us to end with this. There is a beautiful thing, as it's been described as. There's a Democrat who finally breaks free from the matrix of this information that is the legacy media, so it can be done. And I saw her clip. It's
watch it?
3 minutes. Yeah, okay.
Come and join us. One of us.
Welcome, lass.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah.
I feel like I have a unique perspective with this whole election thing, because I used to be very, very far left. Like, I was one of the people having a fucking mental breakdown in 2016 when he won, right? And I didn't even like him up until 6 months ago, when it became very obvious that they were like staging a coup and tried to assassinate him, and then some shit started clicking. So I'm still very new to like this whole side of things. But the thing is, like, when I was very far left, like radically far left, I thought I knew what was going on. Like, I genuinely believed I was informed. I thought I knew better than everybody else. And that's what these people think too. And the thing is I would get so triggered and so angry when people would question me, because I didn't actually know what the hell I was talking about. Like, I thought I did, but really, I didn't actually know any policies. I didn't actually know any politics. All I actually knew was what I had seen online in mainstream media. And because everybody was saying, I just assumed it had to be right? And I think.
So essentially, that's what they're doing. They're trying to install in people's mind a very simple ideology. If you disagree with us, you're a racist, and you need to be an anti-racist, not just a non-racist. And there's nothing more to discuss. That's exactly what they're doing.
The certainty of like the moral conviction that not only am I morally right, but I'm also factually informed on everything. And then like, oh, actually, I don't know anything. What's going on?
Because they are attacking the very notion of data. They say, no, everyone who presents you data, that's a
racist data.
Yeah, it's racist data, yeah.
It's again another classic fingerprint of communism or extreme socialism, that you're not really encouraged to understand history properly, or that traditionalism in your own country is disavowed or destroyed. Yeah. You know, the Spanish communists did it, Stalin did it, Mao again was literally trying to destroy ancient Chinese culture and things.
Yeah,
because
break a bunch of ancient artifacts.
Because we're new men, it's the new revolution, it's the new way. You don't need to know what happened. You don't need, or you shouldn't want to stand on the shoulders of your ancestors. All of that is wrong-headed.
If anything,
stand
they're
on the shoulders of the party.
Right.
They
think they're standing our way. Yeah, right. And so you don't need to understand facts and history and political philosophy and all that sort of thing. But the reality keeps getting in the way. The reality is, yes, you do.
It can't be ignored indefinitely. Reality can't be ignored.
Thanks for watching, folks. If you'd like to support us, go over to lotus.com and come and support our Christian content creators, such as Calvin Robinson, who does his Common Sense Crusade, in which he pontificates, as it were, about the fact that the church is basically not Christian anymore, and things are just going remarkably down the tubes since we left Christ. I'm not a Christian, but I do consider myself an ally. Also, go over and support us, follow us on lotuseaters_com on X, formerly Twitter, and get notified and updated of everything that we're doing. Thanks for joining us.